Welcome back everyone to the channel. Team, in this video I'm going to take a look at how to use non-verbal cues to manage the classroom quietly. Okay, there's plenty of chaos out there, plenty of drama, plenty of things going on in the room. To have non-verbal ways to effectively manage classroom behaviour is key and crucial to any effective teacher's toolkit these days. So first, looking at the big three: the pause, the look and the proximity. So looking at the pause, this can be a nightmare. Okay, usually unsettled class or a difficult class, taking what feels like a lifetime to get settled and get ready, but just stopping. All right, guys, need your attention. No, it's still not happening. Every time you're going to try to speak, they're going to try to challenge you and speak over you. Sometimes they'll even go as far as to test you. They'll give you a little bit and you think you're on your way with the instruction, and then suddenly the majority of the class is going to start talking again. The pause and to stop here and to show you not getting flustered, that's going to be your first non-verbal technique. Okay, it's not going to be easy either. To sit there in front of 20 to 30 students, feeling like you against them, it's tough. But again, you're training over time, especially those more difficult classes. Okay, you're showing them that what you have to say is important. Okay, and you're not going to be flustered. Now, especially for a new class or a new teacher at a new school, you're going to come in there and feel like, you know, you're being judged from the offset. And sometimes it might be, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. What's going to be important is getting control of these guys. So just don't let them rally you. The pause, the stop. Okay, then you'd rally in, or you tie in the look with that as well. All right, Jimbo, I'm speaking here, now listen. Okay, all right, thanks, Samantha. Still listening up here. Whatever happens to be, drawing attention to that student. You're labeling the misbehavior, so you're not getting, oh, you over here, you're annoying me. Thanks, Samantha, you're still talking over me. I need to get through this. It's important for everyone, for the learning environment that we see going forward. Okay, usually the student's going to come around to that and they're going to see that, you know, it's not just them being the most center of attention or the most important person in the room. And your proximity as well. You're going through the pause, still not happening. You're going through the look, not happening there. The proximity there is then to continue your situation or continue what you're trying to say, move closer to that student. So if I've got two students at the back of the room, I'm teaching on the whiteboard down the front of the room, I still continue in what I'm saying, walk around to those students. Don't make a massive thing out of it. Just make sure I'm continuing with the instruction. And usually that's going to draw the attention and go, look, I get it. You know, school's not the most exciting things at times, but we're all here now. I'm a reasonable person. I'm assuming you guys are reasonable people as well, or girls. Let's move this forward as quick as possible. Okay, having that relationship and having those three foundations of non-verbal cues saves you a heap of teacher energy, especially when you're teaching multiple classes, 5-period days, or whatever, you know, how long your days happen to be at the school. So your next point, your non-verbal cues. Reinforcement and routines. So every time I start a lesson, especially with the lower schools class, I have a certain point at the front of the class that I always go to start. Okay, all right, teams, listen up for a second. Okay, other teachers, eyes up, pens down, look at me. Whatever your signal to begin is, have it at the same position in the room, so you're training students as well. So over time, it gets to the point that you can just get to that spot. Okay, have your signal to begin. It might just be hold up a whiteboard marker, hold up your hand. I'm not a fan of the hand necessarily, but I've seen it work in other classes as well. But having that position in the room, having it coupled with your non-verbal skills as the teachers, again, saves that energy. Okay, you're not just fighting battles and fighting for attention all the time. Have a visual anchor, so have, you know, your lesson objective on the board, have your, however you want to do it, have your whiteboard divided up or section up. Good techniques I've seen from other teachers is use sort of 60-minute lessons, and they're working on 3 sections between 0 and 20 minutes. We're going to be doing this on the board between 20 and 40 minutes, and between, you know, 40 and 60 minutes, depending how much time you need to pack up, like that. And then you're working through that, or the teacher's working through that to keep the students on track. Instead of just a student being in the back of the room staring at a blank whiteboard, looking at the clock and going, there's 57 minutes left in this lesson, how the hell am I going to deal with this? At least they know each section where they're going to be. Okay, it takes out that uncertainty, and in my opinion, uncertainty or the unknown gives a lot of anxiety to students these days and can manifest itself in disruptive behaviour. resettling the class energy non-verbally. Okay, so look at your body positioning in the class. I have spent a lot more time on this in my last 5 years, being a more experienced teacher than I did initially, because I realised when I got to find, with everything going on in my life, I've only got a finite amount of energy in me. So if I'm constantly fighting battles for attention all the time, I'm burnt out by halfway through period one. And I've got 4, 5, 6, however long to go for the rest of the day. So I just went, you know what? I've got my non-verbal body language. Again, you're positioning in a room. Okay, don't look flustered, stay calm and composed. Even if you're not feeling calm and composed, fake it till you make it. Okay, at least you're projecting that energy, but you're projecting that image as well to show that you're in control. Okay, and then as a leader of the class, you're in control. It creates that better, more calming environment for the students. Okay, you can go to the extreme as well. I've seen teachers for really bad classes breaking air horns and stuff to get attention. That I've never done that. I have a suspicion that might re-energise students more than settle them down, or blow whistles. Some teachers that have trouble carrying their voice, so to speak, or having a presence in the room, have different tools. So you can flick on the lights on and off. Anything you can do to draw attention to you at the spot and keep yourself in a non-verbal state, having to escalate above and beyond, getting yourself out of control. So in wrap up, less talking has more impact in the classroom. Your non-verbal cues is going to serve you going down the track and help you out in the future as well. Look at your cues before correction. So what are you doing? Okay, before you start not going to war or battling the students, but before you start to escalate into a difficult situation, what are you doing? What are you projecting as a teacher? What can you do better? Okay, I only say that because once you do start that battle, or if it does come with the students, they're going to keep you in check. Okay, which is frustrating. And, they might not be the most academic student, but when it comes to reading behaviour of humans, suddenly they're an expert. But if you've got yourself all in line, got yourself checked off with what you're doing, gives yourself more consolidation if that situation does occur. And then consistency over volume. Okay, just, little things at a time, little wins, and go from there. So you can do it. Non-verbals, I think, are the way going forward. Okay, and I've spent in my last 5 or so years of my career, I've spending more focus on the importance of non-verbal, and then gaining student attention, and then working with low-key behaviour skills. So in the comments below, if you've got any more ideas, comments about non-verbal techniques that have worked for you as a teacher, let me know. Like always, thanks for listening. I'll catch you next time.